Welcome back to the Leapmotor B10. Let's take a look at Android Auto and Apple CarPlay in the Leapmotor B10, and then also have a look at how you set up routines with the automation, which is a very unique feature of this car. The Leapmotor B10 has a really advanced infotainment system. It runs on the Snapdragon 8295 processor, and Leapmotor are one of Qualcomm's partners. Qualcomm makes the chips for basically all of your smartphones, with the exception of the iPhone. Now, one of the biggest features everyone is excited for is Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and here we can see Android Auto available on the B10, and it works exactly like Android Auto normally does. You can change the size of the windows by tapping down here. You can tap on Maps and it'll go full screen, tap on Spotify and it will change the size and shape of the windows. That is what it looks like on the Leapmotor B10. And what about Apple CarPlay? Here we have Apple CarPlay complete with our widgets at the side here that you can enjoy, and we scroll again across here and you get even more widgets. So very, very easy to see what exactly you want on CarPlay and on Android Auto on the Leapmotor B10. And this is now available with the latest software update on Leapmotor. Let's look at some other cool stuff on here. Now, one of the most interesting features that I consider on this car is the fact that you have the ability to set up scenarios and automate routines. But before we do that, let's just have a look at the 360 camera system. I love this 360 camera system. I love the fact that you can tap on it and you can see all four wheels. This is fantastic when parking the car, and it lets you rotate around and see what's going on. So that's a brilliant feature. But let's go back to these scenarios and to the automated routines. Now, this again is a fantastic feature. Guard mode is essentially pet mode or child mode. It will keep the air conditioning on in the car for up to 30 minutes if you need to, or longer. In fact, you can adjust it for up to an hour, and then you can leave the car and it will stay at the right temperature. And then we've got camp mode, which allows your car to stay at exactly the right temperature and comfort with the power on overnight. Really, really nice, and you can end it through doing that. Apologize for the light difference here. We've got a cleaning mode as well, which will deactivate the automatic locking of the doors, windows and tailgates, so you can car wash it. And you've got our vehicle off power supply mode. Very, very easy to use. However, what I am most excited about on this car is these routines. Now, this is really, really good. You get in the car, you want it to warm up quickly, you can tap on it. When the car is started, the inside temperature is less than 5 degrees, will automatically turn on. So the driver's seat will turn on because the seats have heated seats. This is a heated seat car, even though it is really, really great value and inexpensive. That's part of it. It will make sure the passenger seat is the right temperature and the driver's seat is the right temperature. And it will adjust the level of the fan as well. And I can test run it now by tapping here, and it will run the intelligent scenario automatically in the car. There we go, the fans are turning on and it's doing what I want it to, and I can definitely feel lots of nice heat coming out of here. If it's too hot, I can set it so it automatically cools down the car. Let's talk about how to set this up. If I click create scenario, there are two parts to it: the triggering condition and what you want it to do. If we tap on the triggering condition, this is giving me the options of what will trigger it. So it might be when the infotainment system is started, it might be a date or a time, it might be when the heating is turned on and off, it might be if there's somebody in the front passenger seat or not, or if their seat belt is done up or not. It may be if the door is open or closed. It could be if the car is charging or not charging. But let's say we go for when the infotainment system is started, 15 minutes. Now we've got our triggered condition. Now we can go to in order and we can adjust what we want it to do. So we can have an interval on the time, which means after a specific time it will do a certain thing, or we can here adjust whether the AC turns on, whether it's your front seat, the passenger seat, whether it cools fast, defrosts fast or slowly, and we can adjust whether we want the windows to open a certain amount as well, which is really clever, whether we want the auto hold or the creep mode on, if we want a certain app to open. So maybe we want Spotify to open, maybe we want the gift shifting alert sound to be on or off, maybe we want to turn on the Wi-Fi connection. We can all set this up. So right now, let's say we want to open Spotify. I can now click on Spotify, and now when the infotainment system is started, Spotify will automatically open. There we go, and I'm not logged into Spotify, but if I was, it would automatically open, which means that if I want to use Spotify immediately when I get in the car, I can do that. Potentially you could make it so actually when you get in the car in the morning, what it does is first thing in the morning, it will automatically set the car to the right temperature on a cold day or a hot day, open up your Spotify and put in the navigation to your work or to your friends or family. Very, very clever feature that the Leapmotor B10 has. And again, it continues all the fantastic features of this car, which are outstanding and very, very clever. Notice that we now have one pedal mode as well, which we'll test out a bit later. And there's also an auto hold beep when the car is there. And we've also got this thing called comfortable stop, which will reduce the discomfort caused by braking. So if you brake suddenly, it won't suddenly rear forwards or backwards. It will bring you slowly to a stop, which is very, very nice indeed, and I like. And then up here we have our digital driver's display, which is very detailed. Actually, it's very similar to the digital driver's displays I've seen on the latest Volvos. It's high resolution, it's good quality, it shows all the information you can want, and you can scroll through by tapping the buttons on the steering wheel there. You can change what you can see on there, and you can also adjust what the wheel does on the steering wheel. You've got your quick button, which can turn into your combined function settings, which actually lets you turn off the lane departure system. So if you don't want it beeping and bopping at you, you can do that, and that one button on the steering wheel will turn it off. This button here can become the button which turns off all the assistance features, which I personally like, but if you don't like it, you can do it on there. Very, very easy and clever to do. So overall, really, really nice, comfy interior, a very, very sophisticated car. There aren't many cars, there are no cars, I'm going to say, for £30,000, less than £30,000, have all this tech in them. There we go, that's your first look at Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and some of the cool functionality and automations of this car. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe for more on the channel, and see other videos on the Leapmotor B10 and other Leapmotor cars and other EVs here and here. Thanks for watching.